It's Edwina with Elegant Creations, and I'm here to do my tutorial Thursday. And I was going to do, because I was going to start doing all my nugget stuff and all my candy stuff, but I got distracted. I was working on um, to show for Saturday morning makes and stuff. I was doing my little booklets, and I cleaned out my container that I had stuff in, and I had all these little what are they called? Altoid tins. I had 12. And I thought, I need to work on these. And I wanted to do something with sewing. A couple years ago, I did these with, and I put paper inside it. And I think I've showed that before with paper. And then I put a pen or pencil, and then I decorate it out here. And they're very popular. I sold them all, and I think I had one left. And but I thought I wanted something different. I had a lot of stuff with the post-it notes and the notebooks and everything. So I got started, and I came up with something really cute, and I really, really like them a lot. And so I hope you guys do too. And so this is the tin. Maybe you can see that. And I'm going to put like a sewing kit or needle book stuff, like the needles and these little things for floss, and wrap them with thread, or they can wrap their own. But or cut some spool. I have a spool die that I can cut with pretty paper, and I've got a lot of scraps, and so all these are scraps that I'm gonna put the inside. And then the outside I have little scissors, buttons, flowers. I wanted to kind of go back to my Victorian roots. I love Victorian, and that's what I started doing craft shows in, is Victorian, and then shabby chic and vintage kind of go all together. I stopped doing it. It wasn't as popular. People weren't buying as much, so I transitioned to the paper crafts, but I still every once in a while like to do the Victorian. And so I thought these came out so pretty. And so I did this one. And then I wanted to do, I kind of get conflicted of what I want to do, but I have 12, so I can do a little bit of everything. And this is paper, and this, I did this one in off-white, and then stamped it in embossing powder, and then I colored it in pink. It was a little dark, so I kind of went over it with a white pen to kind of tone it down, because I did pens I had were very pink. So I put scissors and a little what is it called, spool, and wrapped it with ribbon. And then I had these flowers. I have so much flowers and so much lace and pieces of this and pieces of that, and that's exactly what I did. And then back here, I the ladies at my church where I worked at, they do blankets for the homeless, and people give them all kinds of stuff, and they were getting rid of a lot of things, and they had all these different colors of spool, and they were getting rid of it. So I took it, and I thought I can use them, and I get the blank ones, and I wrap them in whatever color I'm doing, and that's what I do. And so I've used a lot of them already. So I did this one, and then last night I did this one. I did this one a little bit different. I put the flowers in the front of this one, and this one I put the spools, and wrapped two of them. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I do this. I'm not going to, I still have to cover the inside. I got to go through all my paper. I'm not going to go through the process of showing the tin, but kind of. I did 3 different ways, so I'll show you that now. 4 different ways. The first one, I'm going to do the first one. This is like a velvet, like a crushed velvet material that I had. A bunch of little pieces, and so I covered the front and back. The only problem is that it leaves a lot of fraying. I mean, at the top, it was really hard to control, but I did go all the way up, and then I did the top and the bottom, and then I put lace, whatever lace I have. I just had a bunch of little pieces of all kinds of stuff, and I have tons. So I think this one was a piece of this. Okay, and I just kind of pieced it all together. And then I put trim, and I put a different type of trim here. I'm really using scraps. And then I did ribbon to open it up so they're not trying to mess this up. And I put lace. I just gathered whatever I had. Okay, and so this one I wanted to show you what I did different. This comes with the sewing, with the die. It's too flimsy. Okay, and I did this one the same way. And I like to put thread around it so I can make it look like a sewing machine. So I came up with this, and I'm going to show you how I did this. This, believe it or not, is those, what are they called? They open up prongs or whatever they're called. Anyways, I used that, and this worked out perfect. So I'm going to show you how I did that. And I do use, I'll show you all my dies, and hopefully my tape won't go off. But this is a KS Crafts, and it comes with 2. I can't find it on Amazon. I looked, and I couldn't find it. But I got this a long time ago. And they do have different sewing machines. So I have a lot of different. This sewing machine that I bought not too long ago, last year. And then this is the one that comes with it, with this one, a small and a large. So I use the small. It has buttons. It's got all kinds of different things. These are all my sewing bag. And then I embossed the Singer on my paper. And I did a whole sheet, 8.5 by 11. And when I folded in half, I ran it through my machine, and I got 3, so that made 6 pieces. So I put 3 on each side to make it sturdy. And these seem pretty heavy, because it just have a lot of stuff on them. But I wanted to show you how I did my Singer. I bought these a long time ago from Michael's, and I never really used them, and I was going to get rid of them. But I took the letter off, and then I cut the rubber right here and here, so it can be closer. See, these are all capital. When Michael's used to have those dollar bins, that's when I bought it. So what I did, you can't really see it, but there's the SINGER, and then I cut them to fit, and I glued it, permanent glue. So this is always on there, and I just put a cardboard in the back and then glued it. And so I have my thing set already. All I have to do is pull it out because I use it a lot. And I didn't want to have to be searching for it. So I made that permanent. And then this die right here, this stamp. Let's see, how did it go? I guess it went like this. It was kind of like this. And I had another piece here, but I cut it because I was looking for something for the sides. And I really didn't use this stamp either. These are old, and I don't even remember where I got them from. So I just kind of made my own thing, and then I embossed it with the embossing powder. And then I get a gold pen, and I mark it. These ones I marked. Okay, so I'm going to get started so I don't run out of time. What I did was going to show you that's what I was going to show you. Oops, I think this one's still wet. Okay, so that one is velvet. This one is paper in the bottom, and then I put lace, a piece of lace at the bottom and the top, and then I put pink paper here and just cut strips, and then I just added some trim that I had. Okay, and then this one is I did brown paper, and I did the brown back, and then I just put trim, and then I used this. And so when I wrap it around, I wrap it at the edge, and I do have to cut a few of these off, and then I just bring them forward and then cut a few of these off, and then that will make my little, cover that little thing right there. Okay, and then this one I painted the tin. Okay, and then I put a piece of lace. I glued it with this glue right here because it glues on metal, and I got this at Hobby Lobby. It's very thick, and so I just kind of rubbed it on and then did my lace, and I did the lace all the way around here at the bottom, and then put trim. So all of them are going to be different because I'm just using scraps. And then this one I did a little too small, but so you can open it up. So I still have to do the inside. So this is the one I'm going to use. This one, believe it or not, I wanted to cover the red, and I didn't want to paint it. But oops, it's still wet. So I painted this one. I used baby wipes, believe it or not. I had a bag that I had used for my classes, and I take wipies all the time, and I had them there. Well, they dried out, and so instead of throwing them away or putting more water in them, I just used that. And so this worked perfect because I needed something that doesn't unravel or that's thin enough. The velvet was a little thick, and I was able to glue it all the way around. I did it with that glue, the white glue, and then I got paint, and I brushed it on an off-white paint, so it worked out good. And so it's still drying. Okay, so I'm going to use this one as the base, and then I have little flowers. I've got different things. Okay, so what you do is I cut 6. I cut this part off. I used it on 2 only. Oops, where's my other? Don't cut it. Hang on. Okay, so I cut the bottoms off of 4 of them. Okay, and so this one, and then I cut the top. I cut this little thing off right here, and then I cut this. Okay, and you can leave it on if you want to. It comes like this. Okay, and I don't like that one. So, oops, I just broke that. Okay. Anyway, so, okay. So you get these 2 pieces together, and you're going to, well, first I'm going to cut this. Okay. Because I don't want it that big. I'm going to make sure that they're even. Okay. And I know I'm doing black, and I should have done a different color, but so you could see it. Okay, so then I'm going to put glue on this little thing right here. Okay, and you're going to put that on the inside. And I've done this one before. I do have tutorials on some of these. I did do these ones for my my candy ones. I did them a little different, but so I'm just going to show you what I do. Okay, so then I get, you can get this one, put that on top. So it's pretty sturdy, and almost gets like cardboard. It gets very stiff, and you can put cardboard in between it if you want. I cut this off because I wanted it to just lay. It makes it kind of bulky at the bottom. If you don't, it's up to you. Let's do some of these. Got paint on them. Okay, so then you do the same thing on this one. Got to make sure you match it. Okay. You can put it on the inside too if you want. Okay, so you get one more. I'll put in this on the inside. Okay, there. So you're going to put 3 on one side and 3 on the other. Okay. I know about some wipes. Okay. Okay, so this one, I'm going to put the one that says Singer on it. Okay. That's the front. So I just emboss a bunch of them, and then there you have them. I just spent a day just embossing. That way you don't have to take off your tools all the time. So I always have some ready when I'm doing these. Okay, so that's it for the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how I put it together. Okay, but I'm going to do this little thing. So I had a this is to a purse that I had, and it's just a long strip. So I cut it a black strip for this, and I am going to do the little top part, and I spray it with water just so it's more pliable. I'm just gonna take the excess water off. Okay, and then I get what do I do with it? I have one of those twirling tools, or coiling, or whatever they're called, but I can't find it. I don't use it, but I just wrap it around a Q-tip, and then I just kind of roll it. Keep rolling it, and you get it as big as you want it. I don't think I used the whole thing. I think it was too big. Okay, so then I just kind of get it and bring it down. Okay. Then I get this, where is it? These these clips, and I stick it right through there. All the other ones went, I think I did this one a little too tight. There. Okay, so then you just kind of bring it and wrap it. And then I just kind of put glue, wrap it in. And you could put glue on this if you want. I didn't have any E6000. I wanted to use something sturdy for the metal, but that glue that I got at Hobby Lobby says it works on metal. So let's see. It did, I think. Okay. So I do it just like that. Okay. Then I get the glue. It's kind of sloppy, but it's so thick. And I just kind of put glue here. I'm going to leave the length. I could cut it, but I just left it because it gives me more strength. So I put on both sides, and then I just put this on my sewing machine wherever I want it. I put it right there. And then I'm going to put glue on that. Okay. So then I'm going to glue. Hope this isn't complicated. I'm just going to put glue on this part and a little bit. Oops, not that part. Not that part. I think it's, yeah, this part. And then I'm going to bring this up and then bring this down. Oh, okay, I forgot to cut this. Both of these need to be cut. Okay, so I'm going to put, yeah, I guess I do need that. I forget. Okay, so then you're just going to bring this up, and you don't have to cover this part, just just where the needle is and the top. My phone was ringing. My friend, I'll call her back. Okay, so just kind of position that. And then what I do is I get little clips so I can hold it. No one's called me all day, and my phone's been ringing like 3 times already. So I have no idea why. So then I just kind of cut this off at the bottom. I don't know why this is crooked. There. And then I just kind of put my clips to hold that till it dries. Okay, so it looks like that. And then I cover this. This kind of gets covered up with material and stuff, but so that's my little sewing machine. And then I get these are the bottoms from all the ones I cut out, and then I just kind of glue to the bottom of this, make it more sturdy. Okay. And then you just cut these, just kind of fix it. And then I just put the other one. And you can put cardboard at the bottom if you want, and then cover it with the black paper just to leave it, make it sturdy. But it has a pretty good weight to it. I don't know if it, and I haven't even put anything in all that stuff, so, but it's pretty sturdy. Okay, so kind of get that going. Okay, so I'm going to put this here, and I put my little ribbon there already. And so once this dries, then I'm going to place that on here. And I've got my glue gun going. And I put a lot of glue. I cover it. And the reason I cover the tin is because the paint, the one I covered with the wipies, once they dry, and I dipped it in coffee, I think it was, just to make it brown, but I ended up covering it with off-white paper, with off-white paint. Okay, so then that's how you glue that down. I'm going to take these off. Okay, so then I don't know if you can tell, I did like a cording down here just because it looked kind of funny with nothing down there without the gold. So I had this gold cording. So I just cut a piece, kind of unravels, but I did a knot. And you don't have to do this, it's just really up to you, or you could use paper, and just really whatever your heart desires. I use this since I had it, and I really don't use it. I said I am using everything that I have. I am going to start. Okay. And then I just kind of wrapped it until it went to the top. Okay. Just to give it some gold at the bottom. Or you can do brown, you can do any color you want. I like the gold. There. So then I wrapped it around. Make like a knot. I don't know how you. Any way that you knot it, I just doing this. Just hopefully won't come off. There. I'll do that later. Okay. You get the idea. This is just so you can get the idea. Okay. I probably have to wrap more. I just said I don't want to run out of time. Okay. And then you can just kind of keep going just to give it more gold. Yeah, I did that wrong. Anyways, so then what I do is I get material. I have scraps of pieces of material. And then I'm just going to do a little piece here. I got so many scraps of everything. I probably could do journals because I've got so much stuff, but I love them. I think they're beautiful. It's too tedious for me. I like everything fast, quick and fast. Okay. So then you can do a line in the middle, and then I put it through here. If it was down, yeah. Okay. Then I just could get my glue gun. Kind of just sprinkle it up. Just kind of put that like that. And then you just put glue wherever you need it. I don't want to fuss with it too much. Then I have this little piece here. So I'm gonna, my scissors aren't working. You can put little pieces here in the corner, but just kind of figure out what you want to put. I'll put those later, yeah, because once I finish it. And then I have all my little threads, my spool that I cut out. And then I put cardboard in between this one. I already did it. Okay, and then I get my brown. Okay, and then I get whatever color. I'm going to do pink. So then I just get I have a big thread and I just wrap pink around it. I like to do colors. And I do this too. I get them all ready. And then I have my little sign. I have a stamp that a friend of mine gave me. And it's a self-inking. And it's nice because I don't have to. I just put that in the back. Okay. Okay. So then I'm going to get flowers. I think I'll use, I have these. I have tons of flowers. Like I said, I used to do the Victorian, and we put flowers on everything. I used to do teapots and all kinds of stuff. And so, so I had a lot left. So I'm trying to use up. So I get cheesecloth, and I did dye this one. I put it in like a caramel color. And then I'm just going to get some of the stuff out of my way. No rhyme or reason. I just kind of put it down. It's not sloppy. It's just, I just do. I don't even think about it. I just put my stuff down, and then I can always fix it later, or you know, do it different for all the other ones. So, but I kind of have been doing this for so long. I just kind of place it. Okay. So then let's get the flowers, and I place them there. Put glue. Probably should have did a lighter color, but that's okay. I have 12 of them, so I might do some plain ones because some people like plain, just don't like a lot of stuff on it. So then I'll put my sign. I put glue like on the edges, and I glue that to the flowers. cheesecloth to kind of get it to unravel a little bit. Okay, then I'm gonna do my, I couldn't find the master. I was looking for the master of this one. So I copy it and then I cut, it's got lines and stuff. I think I've showed that before. So then I just put the inking, age it a little bit. Okay, then I put this, I can cut it. It's underneath. There you go. Okay, so the reason I use these spools was so I can have something to connect to this. So I use those spools and I put that leaning like that. Okay, so, but I think, yeah, I'll just use this one. I don't have time to change it. Sometimes I have blank ones and then I just put whatever color I want. Okay, so I glue that down. Hope I'm not off camera. And then I just place that there. And then I put my scissors. And you can do this any way that you want. You just really just place them however. So I did them all different. And then I put a little diamond on there. Lean that on there. And then I have a bunch of little buttons that I want to put. I have a jar full. I usually put a big one and then lean all that on that.